From crashing on a buddy's couch to presiding over a glittering $15 million gold mine, Parker Schnabel's rise is nothing short of jaw-dropping. By 24, he'd already yanked $13 million in gold from frozen ground, pay his crew more than many surgeons earn, and line his driveway with rides pricier than most homes. But Gold Rush cameras hide the bonus reel. The no-limits Vegas weekends, the rugged luxury trucks, and the breakup that shattered his heart. Pull back the curtain, and you'll meet the real Parker, cooler, bolder, and far richer than the edited episodes ever admit. Parker's childhood was forged in steel and diesel. At age 5, he clutched the levers of front-end loaders at Big Nugget Mine in Haines, Alaska. Thanks to grandfather John Schnabel's fearless learn-by-doing rule, life in Haines trains grit fast. The town barely tops 1,700 residents. Winters seem endless, and if a machine dies, you fix it or freeze. Growing up here taught Parker to hustle, solve problems, and focus like a laser, skills that would soon be worth millions. While other kids chased high scores on game consoles, Parker conquered mountains of pay dirt. He could direct a crew, price out a gold yard, and recite the spot price of bullion long before earning a driver's license. Then tragedy struck. Grandpa John's health collapsed, and on March 18, 2016, at age 96, the patriarch passed away. 16-year-old Parker suddenly carried the weight of the entire Big Nugget operation on his shoulders. Tears weren't an option. Production targets were. Parker tightened his grip on the dozers, rewrote shift rosters, and kept sluice water flowing. His resolve stunned locals who expected a teenager to fold. College recruiters never stood a chance. Instead of dorm beds and lecture halls, Parker poured his entire $63,000 college fund into new mining gear and doubled efficiency overnight. It looked crazy, yet it bloomed into pure profit. That audacity hooked Discovery Channel producers. At first, they doubted a soft-spoken teen could anchor a season. One look at Parker guiding a 60-ton excavator crushed those doubts. During his unscripted audition, he sketched a full mine plan on a grease board, explaining permafrost risks and sluice angle tweaks that boost recovery by half a degree. Veteran operators listened slack-jawed. Discovery still took a risk and struck TV gold. Parker's debut contract sat at $25,000 per episode, but soaring ratings soon lifted that to a staggering $100,000 per show. Cash never warped his compass. Rather than diamond watches and mansions, Parker plowed profits into better wash plants, epic hunting trips with his crew, and spur-of-the-moment travel memories. Filming is brutal. Months of 12-hour shifts under Arctic rain, while producers holler for more angles. Yet at 19, Parker juggled safety, repairs, and national TV deadlines without blinking. Pressure only sharpened his edge. In the unforgiving Klondike, he orchestrated a one-season haul of 1,029 ounces, worth over $1.7 million. That mountain of bullion came from meticulous planning and zero fear of icy mud. Industry veterans stared in disbelief as a college-age phenom schooled them on their own turf. Knowledge and nerve beat gray hair when you're willing to wager everything. Running a crew twice his age wasn't easy. Yet Parker won loyalty with steady pay, straight talk, and the guts to grab a shuttle beside any rookie when breakdowns hit. The college fund gamble became a new kind of tuition. Those dollars bought belts, pumps, and sensors that push recovery past 90%. Mud, not lecture notes, delivered the ultimate education. Early shoots tested every nerve. Microphones iced over, camera cranes froze, and generators exploded. Yet Parker rewired backups in blizzard winds and still hit daily gold targets. Despite six-figure checks, he bunked in a cramped trailer beside the wash plant, brewed bargain coffee at 4 a.m., and shouted, "Good gold needs good morale." That cocktail of daring investments, manual sweat, and razor-sharp strategy built a legend faster than any script could. In those early days, every sunrise brought new trouble. Tracks snapping, hoses bursting, or sudden snow-bearing pay cuts. Yet Parker thrived on chaos. He kept a grease-stained notebook of backup plans. When mud nearly swallowed an excavator, he sketched a rescue rig and saved a $500,000 machine before lunch. Observers soon saw he wasn't chasing shiny metal. He craved mastery. Every ounce funded bigger dreams. Deeper cuts, smarter tech, and the audacious aim to disrupt an industry that once laughed at a teenage boss. His mantra stayed explosive. Dig deeper, run faster, learn daily. And cold, debt, or doubt could never mute that drive. That relentless attitude electrified the camp. When temperatures plunged to minus 40 degrees Celsius, he challenged the crew to a midnight dig, promising steak dinners if they hit the target by dawn. They rallied, thawed hoses by sheer willpower, and plucked 40 ounces before sunrise, proving the mine moved to Parker's beat. Word tore through the Yukon, and seasoned operators who once jeered soon lined up for a chance to work under his high-octane command. What happened next shocked even battle-hardened veterans. At just 28, Parker dropped a jaw-dropping $15 million to buy Dominion Creek, a claim whispered to hide up to $200 million in gold. But this wasn't a payday cruise. To break even, he had to pull 10,000 ounces every season for 6 straight years. In the first month, the crew only scraped together 135 ounces. Icy ground clamped shut the dig sites, and rusty gear kept throwing tantrums. Every mishap seemed coordinated to test his nerve. Yet Parker refused to blink. He swapped rigs for faster ones, rented payloaders with extra horsepower, and even shelled out $540,000 on high-pressure water pumps that spit 76 gallons a minute to flush more gold. Every tweak was a gamble. Yet he doubled down, believing that true legacy beats quick wins. By February 2025, Dominion Creek was bleeding money. Numbers lagged, bills piled up, and whispers of doubt echoed through the Yukon. So Parker stunned everyone again. He plunked down another $2.5 million for 2-century-old claims, Gold Run and Sulphur Creek. These weren't random scraps. Both had fed diggers for over 100 years, and the first cut at Sulphur Creek spat out 141.65 ounces in just 48 hours. Morale exploded. Hauling wash plants and loaders across 25 miles of rugged rock was no weekend drive. Some veterans panicked, preaching caution. Others cheered Parker's all-in gamble. He just shrugged. Debt? I'm already in it. Let's see where it lands. That bold pivot became Gold Rush Season 15's most electrifying moment. Proof that Parker thrives when stakes skyrocket. Nothing underlying this firestorm was luck. Remember, by age 24, he'd already yanked $13 million worth of gold out of frozen ground, a feat few miners dare dream. While peers were job hunting, he was running multi-million-dollar digs. At 18, he made the move that truly carved his legend. Walking away from his grandfather's mine, Parker used his entire college fund to lease ground from Tony Beats, a Klondike icon. That first pact shaped his path. On paper, Tony's deal looked sweet. 15% royalties on the first 1,500 ounces. But any miner who cleared another 1,500 ounces faced a 5% hike. By 6,000 ounces, Parker was handing over a quarter of his haul. In Season 9, Parker laid it bare. 8,000 ounces in, and I paid Tony almost $2 million, he seethed. I'd go broke doing this. When he begged Tony for mercy, the legend stonewalled him. Left with no choice, Parker engineered a loophole. Switch wash plants just shy of each one. 500-ounce threshold so royalty counters couldn't keep score. Underhanded? Maybe. Genius? Definitely. Their showdown in March 2017 tipped Gold Rush into pure fireworks. Tony burst into Parker's camp and roared, "You've been sneaking rock trucks to my yard all week. Contract says only our dirt." A calm Parker shot back, "You'll cash in over $1 million this year. Just sit back and collect." When Tony snarled, "That's not enough," Parker snapped, "Then you can go yourself." Mic drop. Cameras caught every second as mentor and protege morphed into fiercest feud the Klondike had seen. Though Tony once mentored Parker in Season 4, by Season 13 he sneered at his bold plays, leasing Parker only the scraps of his Indian River claim and publicly mocking his bite-off-more-than-you-can-chew style. Yet whispers say that behind closed doors Tony confessed Parker's recovery rates were legendary. Proof even Titans respect a kid who won't quit. The modern feud that stole Gold Rush headlines hit its peak with Todd Hoffman, a clash of old-school grit versus Parker's high-speed tactics. When Parker snagged a wash plant from Todd for just 700 ounces of gold, roughly $46,000, Todd thought he'd offloaded a useless relic. But Parker turned that junk into a star performer, flipping Todd's own gear into a key gold producer and slapping down a giant sign that the rookie was rising while the veteran stalled. That victory ignited a generational war. Todd, a stalwart tradition and loyalty, accused Parker throwing away respect for seasoned hands. In interviews, he griped that rookies got canned while greenhorns thrived. The tension boiled over on camera. Real fistfights erupted on set. Screaming matches sabotaged claims, and a brawl so raw the production team had to break it up. This wasn't stage drama. It was pure, unfiltered conflict. By 2018, the pressure cooker blew. Todd Hoffman walked away from Gold Rush. His once profitable claim had stalled. Profits sank, and the toxic atmosphere crushed his spirit. In candid post-departure interviews, Todd confessed reality TV wrecked his personal life and mental health. Though he later launched Hoffman Family Gold, his exit marked the end of one of TV's fiercest rivalries. And no comeback could fully restore that lost camaraderie. Off the minds, Parker's love life played out like a separate saga. In 2016, he met Ashley Yule, a veterinary nurse with boundless energy. She wasn't just a plus one. She ran the Gold Room alongside his crew. After hauling in 8,400 ounces worth over $10 million in Season 8, Parker dropped a rare confession. Breaking up with Ashley was one of my biggest failures. I didn't make her a priority, and she deserved better. Ashley vanished from social media, returned to Australia, and that silence only amplified Parker's regret. Rumors swirled next around British TV pro Sheena Cowell after a cozy August 13th, 2018 photo. Fans scanned hashtags, begged for confirmation, but neither spoke a word. Sheena's production background made her a perfect partner in Parker's off-grid world. Yet reports fizzled when tabloids revealed she already had a boyfriend. Then came Tyler Mahoney in 2020, an Aussie digger whose roots ran as deep as Parker's. Their on-screen chemistry sparked endless Reddit theories, and the show's edit teased something more than teamwork. But no stolen kisses ever aired. Mutual respect reigned supreme. Fans still whisper about love behind the sluice boxes, but as of 2024, Tyler and Parker maintain a tight friendship. No official romance, but undeniable camaraderie. Parker's clashes weren't limited to rival minors. On July 12, 2018, while filming Parker's trail in Papua New Guinea, creative sparks flew between him and cameraman James Lavelle. When Lavelle refused to drop cameras during a dangerous river crossing, Parker exploded, accusing him of rolling at my expense. A 3-hour yelling match echoed 100 meters away, forcing Discovery execs to shut it down, and 3 days later Lavelle was off the shoot. The drama cost $380,000, and after Lavelle sued Raw TV for breach of contract, the case settled out of court in February 2019. Yet Parker and Lavelle never spoke again. Even Parker's driving record made headlines. On March 17, 2019 at 2:15 p.m., Trooper Michael Ingram pulled him over on a Haynes highway for clocking 64 miles per hour in a 55 miles per hour zone, just 4 to 9 miles over. He got a $60 ticket under citation number AK1903275, then ignored the notice until a court warning on April 12th. He pled no contest on May 6th. TMZ broke the story on May 12th, and a viral tweet joked he could have paid with pocket change from his gold pants. Suddenly fans questioned if the mining phenom was more reckless than resourceful. The true test came during Gold Rush Season 15 in 2024, a siege of disasters that almost buried his empire. On June 12th, a gear failure at Dominion Creek slashed potential recovery by $2.3 million. Days later, permitting hell froze operations for 17 days, costing another $1.5 million in overhead. By August 3rd, his cash reserve sank to $78,000, barely enough to fuel the camp for a week. In desperation, Parker pawned Grandpa's 1957 Chevrolet Bear for $115,000 just to cover payroll. With the operation hemorrhaging debt, Parker convened an emergency meeting on August 28th, giving his crew the choice to walk away. Yet 3 key members, including Mitch Blaschke, volunteered to stay and work unpaid. Their loyalty paid off on September 7th when they struck 1,872 ounces in 1 week, worth about $3.5 million. rescuing the entire season. Cameras caught snippets, but producers cut the full story, deeming it too intense for air. Whenever episodes aired Parker versus Todd showdowns, social feeds ignited with hashtag Team Parker and hashtag Team Todd memes. Fan edits, reaction reels, and even sponsored podcasts debated every sneer and comeback, turning the feud into a digital phenomenon and solidifying Parker as reality TV royalty. And through it all, ratings skyrocketed. Gold Rush Season 15 became Discovery's most watched hit since Season 3, proving viewers crave high-stakes drama and daring leadership. Networks took notes. Nothing sells like Parker's blend of risk, resilience, and raw survival instincts. Despite massive earning, Parker lives with surprising restraint. Season 14's crew pulled in $24 million, yet he seldom splurges on mansions or diamond watches. He claims he doesn't own a home outside the mine site, though rumors say he snapped up a 2,000 square feet Alaska lodge and a $950,000 Yukon retreat. He drives a custom Ford Raptor, a Mercedes G-Wagon, a Jeep Wrangler, and a tricked-out Chevy Silverado, plus ATVs scattered across his claims, but insists he's not into flashy spending. Instead of material trappings, Parker pours his wallet into experiences. He treats his crew to annual hunting trips, blitzed Vegas on a 3-day run, took his dad to a World Series game, and logged 3 weeks roaming London in 2023. As he told People magazine, "I don't really spend much money on physical possessions." Most of his gold-fueled cash funnels straight back into the business, digging deeper, running faster, and betting on the next big strike.